Hello, Professor Kirk. This is my presentation for critical thinking evidence. Slowly, social media splits us into tribes. China did the same to divide American POWs by Joshua A. Claiborne. I think that the problem with this article, or the author is trying to say in the article, is that if we hope to heal America's deep fractures, we must socialize healthier and guard against feedback loops, especially on social media. The problem is the need of acceptance, which is the feedback loops from our peers and followers in our social media. I highlighted the evidence in yellow, which is that most Americans POWs bravely resisted informing on each other, but the Chinese managed to do it frequently. With soldiers tallying on possible escapees, few attempted leaving, like many of us that likes to support one another. This evidence can be seen clearly by American POWs that managed to resist all the tortures that they got, but in response to that, Chinese were able to get something out of them, and I think it's because of this the Chinese giving them like incentives like food and cigarettes in order for them to be accepted by one another. And I think that goes to say with social media that many of us wants to feel like we belong or we accept one another. Like it's all there, like um like the likes, the comments, the heart shape, anything that belongs to the social media world is the show of being accepted. Another evidence that I think is credible is that written statements provide physical evidence of your commitment. You cannot run or hide from it. By asking POWs to write and not simply speak, Chinese guards reshape POWs' views of themselves. This is like the many social media comments that we see with one another. The compliments or biases are often seen through social media, but persist to be talked about in person. It is like the many confession that is said on there. And just like that, it would be the different ways to interpret all the different meanings. Just that's why when you do something, you eventually change your self-image to match it. And when others view in a particular way, the same thing generally happens. You're acting consistent with your self-image. That's the interpretation of how our self-image can be proven by the many things that we do in our daily lives. Self-fulfillment within ourselves depend on how much we are influenced by other individuals. I think that the author is interpreting that we are all the soldiers of the POW when it comes to social media. And I think that in an ideal world, which is the conclusion, we leave social media behind altogether. But even if we must remain, work hard to avoid repeating tried talking points from political parties. I think that this conclusion to express how express how the author Claiborne shows that the audience that knows how social media and other peers shows social medias and other peers and followers how to connect with one another. And I think that it goes to say that Claiborne is saying that we should all be courteous with one another when it comes to social media. Thank you, Professor. This is my presentation.